Everyone thinks they know what professional football is like, the money, the fame, the lifestyle, but here's the truth: 90% of what you think you know is completely wrong. These are the things that nobody tells you about being a professional football player. Let's get it. Growing up, I've always think I know what being a professional football player is like. Watching on TV, seeing Neymar. I remember seeing Benzema, Zlatan buying Bugattis, Ferraris, and I was be like, "Yo, that's the life, man." But ever since I've been chasing the dream and the goal of becoming a pro footy player, I remember my first professional football trial. I was delusional. I was completely delusional at 17, 18 years old, thinking that I would make it in Europe or make it into the MLS or something. And I was thinking, oh, it's the USA. It should be easy. So you would show up to these trials unfit, just thinking, yo, you could just go out there and play and that's it. No. There are guys that been grinding their butt off from they were kids, man, and that's all they breathe is football. And leading up to the trials, I wouldn't be putting in the work as I should be. I would be like, maybe I could train for a month and then make it, into the trial. But football doesn't work like that. And ever since I became a professional football player, I realized everything that I've taught as a kid was all a lie. Truth number one: most pros are not rich. Reality: most professional footballers earn the equivalent of a normal job or less. Players in lower leagues have roommates, they take the bus, and they stress about paying rent. Listen, a bad season and you're out. A small injury and you're out. Football isn't a guaranteed paycheck, it's a gamble. And I promise you that. Another thing I've come to realize since I've been a professional football player is that TV makes it look so slow. But in reality, once you're there on the pitch, it's chaos, it's speed, it's instinct. The truth is, you have a half a second to decide: do you take a touch? Do you pass it one time? Do you turn? And if you don't scan, it's over. You lose the ball, bro. You lose the ball. Before I started scanning, I would get the ball and not know what to do, or get the ball and somebody's on me, somebody takes the ball off me or whatever. As I've grown and started analyzing the game more, I realized you have to scan before you get the ball, bro. If you don't scan, it's over. And this is why professional players look calm. It's because they already made the decision before the camera even picks up on what they did or what they're doing. Have you seen Busquets, Messi, all these guys? Scanning. It's that quick second. That's why they look like they know exact. Even the pass, the Messi pass in the World Cup against Netherlands, nobody saw it but Messi. Even the one in the MLS to Kramaski, nobody saw it but Messi. But it's because he already scanned. He already knew where the players can be or gonna be. You got to do it. The next thing: simplicity wins, not skill moves. Not everybody's gonna be Neymar, Ronaldinho, Doku, to name some recent players, Leon Bailey, like right there. But hey, simplicity wins, bro. You can be a Thomas Muller. You could be I won't even say Busquets, because he does some things that only if you understand football you will see. Here is something your coach was right about. Simple football is the highest level. At the pro level, the game is 90% simple passes, angles, movements, disciplines. Only a few players, like I mentioned before, Messi, Neymar, Ronaldinho, can do whatever they want. Everyone else, if you try skill moves every play, you won't see the field, man. You'll be on the bench. You'll be packed up and sent home. I've seen it firsthand here in the professional game. There's guys who come in for trials and they think, oh, that's the time to become Neymar. No. Because while they're doing the skill move, I'm making my run and you don't even see me making my run. And then you turn around and lose the ball. I've seen guys beat 5-4 players and they lose the ball when they could beat the 4 players and pass the ball, beat 3, pass the ball, move on, and you look so much better. You'll get your highlight. Guys, it's all in here, man. It's all in here. And the coaches trust consistency and not the flashiness. I'm telling you right now. If you're going to have a guaranteed 90% passing accuracy, they'll take that any day over the guy who dribbles and beat and have one successful dribble over 20 times and lose the ball 30 times, in the game. And this is the big one, the harsh reality. The best youth players rarely make it in football. I guarantee they rarely make it. Being a star at 15 or 16 years old means nothing. Football is filled with the next Ronaldos or the Messis who peaked in their academies. Some of the best pros were average kids, and some of the best kids never played pro at all. And that's facts. If you look at Jamie Vardy, or for instance, because I spent a lot of my adult years in the States, in the USA, and this is what people outside of the US don't realize. There are so many good players here in the US, and I've seen it with my own eyes and played with people. that never make it to the top levels, to pros or any of that, or even college. Because money. Because of how the system is. The system here is broken. And then you have good players who don't have the mentality to push through. They grew up in a certain luxurious lifestyle nowadays that if they have certain adversities or whatnot, they quit, they give up, they say, oh, it's not for me. Even guys are spoiled here in the USA because college sports are better than, I want to say, 90% of professional football teams around the world. College teams in the USA for football is better. When I say better, I don't mean talent-wise. I mean like professionalism. So I'm talking your field, your equipment, your travels, your meals, your accommodations. Everything is perfect. It's like Premier League level in the United States. So when guys leave that and they go to, like, let's say a league in Asia, a lower European league, something, South America, they're like, what the hell is this, But the thing is, if you grind it out, bro, if you actually have passion for the game and the mentality to know that, this is the reality of football, you just got to do your thing, then they'll make it. But a lot of people, they quit because they're used to that lifestyle. And that's where a lot of players go wrong. And this is a harsh reality. Some of the best players in the professional game don't even play, bro. They're on the bench. They're on the reserves. They're playing with the U21s when they should be in the starting lineup. And you know what I'm talking about. You can look at some of your favorite players for your favorite teams, and you'll be like, why isn't this player playing? I won't call names because, there's... I'm a pro myself. I can't be calling names out here, but you've seen it, and you've questioned it a lot of times, week in, week out. Why isn't this player playing? Why isn't this player? Football is politics at the end of the day, guys. It's politics, it's money making, it's this, that. And I can't get into detail of certain things in behind the professional game just because I'm still in the professional game. But there are some maybe shady reasons why your favorite players aren't playing. You know what I'm trying to say? And that's just reality. And this is the thing that can be a positive and negative. It depends on who the person is. There is a lot of free time when you're a professional player. Especially if your team trains once a day. Because let's be honest, not all professional teams train twice a day or whatever you think in your mind, bro. Some teams train once a day. And based on my experience, when I was training once a day, I would train at 6 a.m. No, I would wake up at 6 a.m., be at training 7:30, train from 8 to 10 or 8 to 10:30 or whatever it is. And I won't come home until maybe 11:30 and 12. Bro, I have the rest of the day until tomorrow for myself. Now think about that. That's my job, right? I have until, let's say, 11 a.m. and the rest of the day is for myself. From 11 a.m. till I go to sleep and wake up again in the morning. So this can break or make a player as well. And this is where mental health and everything like that comes into play. And this is the average for most players. You train 1 to 3 hours a day. You come home, you rest, you recover, and you overthink. And that's the part of the game that the fans never see. I'm telling you, the only reason why I survive and keep surviving is because I have different things that I'm interested in. I do art, so I would be sketching or looking at stuff online, or I do YouTube, so I'm fascinated, so I'll be making videos or editing or something, or watching YouTube videos or something to keep me active. I'm getting into reading books now. I went all my life through college. I have 2 degrees. I've been to like 3 colleges, and I never really read a book, to be honest with you, bro. I don't know how or why, but that's just life. Now I started reading to occupy my time. I'm trying to learn different languages. Like, you just gotta find stuff to occupy your mind, or you'll lose it. You'll be in a mental institute, man. And that brings me to my next topic. Mental health decides everything at the professional game. The hardest part about being a pro isn't the football. It's the mental battle. You miss your family. You feel pressure every day. You worry about injuries. You worry about your contract. You don't know if coach likes you. You don't know if you'll play. A lot of players think about quitting more than you ever imagined. Mental strength is the real difference between those who survive and those who don't. And another thing, not every player feels confident. I know. Y'all probably thinking all these guys are very confident. Not all the times. Not all the times, bro. Most of us have doubts. Most professional players have doubts. Look, your confidence goes up, your confidence goes down. One mistake can haunt you. One bad week can destroy you. Pros look strong on the outside because they have to. And that's a fact. You have to look strong. You have to look like this superhero out there when you put on that jersey. You know what I'm saying? Like, even though you have doubts, even though you have your weaknesses, you can't show it. But you'll have it internally. You just can't admit it and you can't show it. And this brings us to the end of the video. Professional football, it isn't glamorous. It's chaotic, it's lonely, it's unpredictable, it's emotional. But that's what makes it beautiful. Life isn't a fairy tale, and this is reality. And that's the truth you never get to see.